Is your partner cheating on you? Is there an attitude that you can no longer endure? Perhaps you've seen some attributes which make you think that, okay, this person was pretending while you were dating, or when you first met, that the person was just pretending, and now you're seeing the real character, the true colors of this person. What is it that could make a partner kill a partner? What exactly is happening? We are hearing this in the news. It's like an everyday stuff. Today you hear a girlfriend stabbed a boyfriend. Tomorrow is a wife that stabbed the husband. And most of these things, it is the women that are committing the offenses. So what is happening? Hi, you're welcome back to my channel. If today is your first time here, please subscribe. If you are watching on Facebook, kindly like and follow the page so you can stay updated with future episodes. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe. I'm Yakkie Ufodiama. So now, let's get on to the real talk. So what is the problem? Sometimes you see, when you meet someone for the first time, you begin to pretend. You do things that you're not used to, things you do not do, but this you do just so you can win the person's heart. And then after some time, maybe you might be dating or you're even married, you begin to just retrace. Pretense doesn't last a whole lifetime. So after some time now, you'll begin to just go back to your normal self, and then your partner will realize that, wow, so this person had been pretending all this while. Is this the person I fell in love with? Is this the person that I married? So many questions begin to crop up on their minds, and they just cannot place a particular answer to the question. Sometimes too, maybe the person is cheating on the partner, and so many lies, a whole lot of things, and the person cannot endure anymore. But what is the solution? At what point is it that a woman can no longer endure a man in a relationship or a marriage? Someone you once loved, someone you fell in love with, someone that has given you so much happiness. What is it that just makes this person cannot bear it anymore? What exactly is the problem? I think if it gets to a point that maybe someone you are dating, you are no longer comfortable in the relationship, why not just leave? Why do you have to kill somebody? Or you're married, maybe you have children, you're scared of maybe who will take care of your children after you're gone, or you're scared of what the society will say, you're scared of what your parents will say, you're worried about a whole lot of things. The society will tell you, oh, stay, marriage is supposed to endure it. The church will preach to you that you should stay back. Your friends will tell you, especially the single ones, they might even say, you see me, if I even find one husband, I will endure no matter what it is. They begin to tell you things like you're misusing the opportunity, you're not being grateful, and a whole lot of things. At the end of the day, it's either you die or you kill someone. Well, it has not been only women that have been committing these murders, okay? Men have also had their own part. So when I say this, I'm talking about both genders. I'm talking about both men and women, okay? I'm not just being one-sided, all right? So what exactly is the problem? Do you think the solution is for you to stay in the relationship or in the marriage till it gets to a point whereby you get into a fight, and maybe out of self-defense or out of anger you kill the other person? Why not just leave this relationship or marriage so that you can have peace of mind, so that nobody dies, so that you do not get carried in the newspapers and online, your pictures do not get circulated and all of that? Why can't we just leave? I know we hear stories of what a parent endured, how people have been enduring marriages. We see all these things and a whole lot of things. But then I think that when you take a good look at yourself, you know your patience level, yeah? You know what you can endure, and you know how long that patience can last. If someone is cheating on you and you know that, as for this cheating, you cannot endure it, you cannot tolerate it, maybe you can bear any other thing, but not cheating, then the best thing for you to do is to simply walk away. Why wanting to bear the tag of a married man or a married woman, and then tomorrow you end up in jail, or you end up being sentenced to death by hanging or something? I think the society places a whole lot of responsibilities, especially on the women. They tell you that no matter what you see in marriage, you have to endure it. No matter what happens, for the sake of your children, you just stay. Don't go. After all, you do not know what others are passing through. But then we all bear things differently. We all have different stories. Okay. I personally do not advise anyone to stay even in an abusive relationship, not to talk of marriage. From when you're dating, okay, you see how the person treats you, you see what goes on in your life, even if it might not be that obvious for you, but at least once in a while you might see the signs. But maybe because you're like, okay, you do not want to leave, especially when you have been single for a very long time, and then suddenly someone comes by and just starts to shower love on you, starts to just tell you things that no one has told you for a very long time. You see, you easily get adapted to the process, you easily get just adapted to this person, and you never want to leave. But then once in a while, he or she might trip. You might see some signs, but because of the love you have for this person, you might just want to overlook it. And that is where the problem begins. Because once you see the signs and you want to overlook, once you see the signs and you're just like, well, he's human, he's not perfect. Yeah, we know no one is perfect, but then there are some things that you see someone does and you're just like, wow, I don't think this person can change. But then some of us go into relationships and marriages with the mindset that you can change the person. I mean, this is someone that grew up in a different background from you. Even with their immediate family members, they do quarrel, they do fight, and sometimes they easily resolve it, and sometimes they do not. We have so many people walking around that do not even talk to their sisters. They're not in talking terms with their brothers, even their parents. They do not pay them a visit because of a quarrel they have. So then what makes you think that someone that is from a different background other than yours is going to be able to just keep quiet and watch you walk over them and all of that stuff? So please, I'm just fed up, and it's so saddening. And I mean, some of these people, they have children, and before you realize it, a parent is already gone, killed by a parent, and then the other one is jailed, is sentenced to death, or a whole lot, and you're leaving orphans behind. Tomorrow these children will grow up and they'll be tagged children of so and so, because the internet never forgets. That is one thing we need to know. The internet never forgets. Once these stories go online, it will take a whole lot for them to even be pulled down. Some of them do not get pulled down. And so when a child grows up and you see, even when the person wants to get into a relationship, they say things like, that's the one that the mother killed the father, I mean, these things follow children around even till they grow up, and it can lead them to depression. It can even lead them to the extent of being suicidal. But then you're not thinking of that, because at that particular moment you are angry, okay? You just want to satisfy that anger. It's like your anger is thirsty, it's hungry, and so you have to just do something. Sometimes it might be a man hitting a woman, and in self-defense the woman wants to just have been enduring. Let me also give you some test of mine. She might carry something, and before you know it, she just does one or two things and the man falls down dead. Or maybe the woman has been an abusive type, arrogant type, or cheating, and the man has just been enduring, and then one day he says, I have to show this woman that I am a man. You understand? And then they start fighting, and before you know it, she drops dead. And there are children, all right? So please, before going into a relationship or a marriage, you should be able to just take some time. Do not rush into it because you're desperate, okay? Check out this person for real. Can you endure? How long can you endure, and what is your patience level? On like a scale of 0 to 10, you should be able to rate yourself and know things you can endure and things you cannot endure. When you start seeing those signs, run for your life. Do not think, I'm going to change this person. If the mother and the father couldn't change the person, do you really think that you can change the person? And besides, if a person doesn't want to change, there is nothing you can do or say that is going to make that person change. So it's really up to them to change, and if they want to do so or not. Do not go into a marriage or relationship with that mindset of, oh, he loves me, love is going to make the person change. When you see the loopholes, okay, you better run for your life. and also leave so that you do not kill someone or get killed and then render your children homeless and a whole lot. People will say, oh, it's easier to say than to be done. Yes, we know sometimes it's not easy. Okay, some people do not even have a family or people to go to when they leave a marriage or a relationship. Sometimes the man is a sole provider of food and a whole lot in the family, and the woman might start thinking, if I leave, how am I going to survive? How are my children going to survive? Will I take the children? Will I leave my children behind? And a whole lot of questions just come up. But I think it is better for you to go out there and just, I don't know, just don't kill anybody, okay? And do not get killed. Whatever you do in a marriage or in a relationship, just be careful. When you see things that you can no longer endure, you have to leave, all right? Just leave for the sake of peace, okay? This brings us to the end of today's episode. I really hope that you please click on the subscribe button so that you stay updated with future episodes